Hillary Rodham Clinton's campaign have called this her presidential launch. She had a soft launch a couple of months ago, which was simply a YouTube video announcing that she wanted to be America's champion. This really is about a chance for her to tell a bit more of her personal story, to tell America that she wasn't just a Yale graduate who helped children, that she wasn't just the First Lady of Arkansas or the First Lady of the United States or this US Senator for New York, that she was also obviously the US Secretary of State, but she also wanted to talk about her roots, her background, and her inspiration. Her mother, someone she didn't talk about in the 2008 campaign, and now wants to tell her mother's story of tough growing up and how her mother inspired her with her hard work when she was even once a maid.
My mother taught me that everybody needs a chance and a champion. She knew what it was like not to have either one. Her own parents abandoned her, and by 14, she was out on her own, working as a housemaid. Years later, when I was old enough to understand, I asked what kept her going. You know what her answer was? Something very simple. Kindness from someone who believed she mattered.
This is about going back to history and referencing FDR's Grand Bargain or New Deal, and basically talking about how he wanted to lift up the lower classes and the middle class so that they weren't just getting along, they were getting ahead, feeling like they were doing better. And she's also reached back into her husband's past, President Clinton, and 1991. It's the economy, stupid, talking about the growth that he had under his presidency during the 90s, how the Republicans squandered that by cutting taxes and spending a lot of money on two wars, and how Barack Obama has helped them come back after the 2008 Great Recession. The message they're going for is that she knows that people might be working really hard but not feeling that they're getting ahead. And she's been talking about policies about childcare affordability. She's been talking about paid leave for women on maternity. She's been talking about getting students under crushing student loan debts, which is a huge problem here in the United States, and trying to reach through and connect with people, not just on an emotional level, but on a hip pocket economic level as well. Hillary Clinton doesn't just have to convince her adoring fans. She's tried to reference farmers, veterans. She's talked about the LGBT community. She's tried to reach across a panoply of people and communities, and saying that she wants to be the president not just for Democrat supporters, but obviously for the rest of the United States. What's also important about this is that she doesn't have to convince just these adoring fans, some of them whom were selected by invitation only. She also has to convince her party that, despite her distant image among some Americans, that they didn't like her during 2008, that they should give her this time the nomination for president and the presidential candidate. But then she has to go out, and she's got 18 months now to convince the rest of the United States that she should be the first female president of the USA. That will take some doing. Michael Vincent, ABC News, New York.